Pelly show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let
Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3.
That's it, baby. We're going to work. Wait, set. Ready? Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Kill. Cover.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's put that team on the hook. Alert flare. Hey, go 66.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. A little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Watch twist. Shadow.
Shotgun now for Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Let's bring it.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dayon Buchanan. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 49-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Brady. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Marquise Blair, second-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away.
That's just flat out a terrific play because it's rare that you see. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. First quarter, they're down to 1 remaining. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, 66.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got a man, it's Sutton, that's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 25 yards that time.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal 2nd. That would have been fun to watch.
Yeah, Brady's throw there, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Back. Check 24, check 24.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Wait, come on. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 5-4.
From the gun, it's Wilson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10. Down at the 30. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Shoot! Rush in! Rush! Topper! Joker! Check! Crunch! Hey, Alabama!
On 1st down, Swift. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
We own 72. My 12. Man. Hey, orbit. He's checking. 72.
To throw, it's Brady. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
53 men now. Hey, Steve 6.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he'll find Hall. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. He completes this to Sutton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Hey, echo.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
Check. Watch 54. Quick. All that, baby. All that. Mike 5-4.
Now Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To throw again is Wilson. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 39.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Mike 54. Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Again, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking, usually the best way to maintain control.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, Foxtrot. Hey, check it. Check tight. Watch the ship.
From the gun, it's Brady. Finds his tight end Ingram. And out across midfield down to the 45. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Hey, set. Round 80. Round 80. X3. 2X. Regular.
They'll run on first down. Swift. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Target. Check 37. Shadow. Hey, Alpha.
From the 38, Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 50, check 50.
Throwing now is Brady. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Brady, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You got three down. Hey, 66. 72.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Mike 12. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. Go bandit.
From the gun, Brady. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. He's got a first down of in sub at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And he gets off a high spiraling kick.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. Hey, alert 3D.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out.
Hey, 66. Check 9, check 9. Mike 12, Mike 12. You can't block me. You can't block me. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Hey, hey.
On first down, Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check it. Switch, switch, switch. 72. Check, 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 check. Watch that. 6 guys. Check 6. Go bandit. Check. Rip.
Throwing again. Brady. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Kill. Out.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And the Giants send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now look at him go. 30, past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Wait, that round 80? Round 80? Tight into the right, boy. Tight into the right. 72. 3 down, 3 down. Check back 12. Hey, wahoo. Watch the curve. Watch regular, regular. Check 13. Check 13. Go, go, go. Hey, Alabama, Alabama. Hey, Haywood. Easy. Muscle, muscle, muscle.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Wilson to throw again, looking for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Now a give, right side. Swift. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Check. Lucky.
On 1st down, Drake. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Right back to Drake. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Sugar!
On 1st down, Swift. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Ozzy!
On the Seahawks 28-yard line.
Here comes the boom! I see you, boys! I see you! Chest! Back! Check 24! Check safety! SOS! Check it! Reload! SOS!
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift down right around the 25. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Whip! Watch the whip!
On 3rd down, Swift. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that'll bring them back within 4. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be...
Tyler Lockett Lockett, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll run on first down. Swift. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Spot. No. Alert 3. Alert. Hey, Alabama. Watch the shit. Hey, Alabama.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Slam. Check 50. Check 50.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Giants on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Tighten up. Check 3. Shadow.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Come on, baby. Let's go. He's coming. We got double up. Hey, alert 3. Save. Under 10. 10. He's crashing. He's checking.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 38. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Check 9, check 9. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Quick the edge, quick the edge. Go, go. Switch, switch, switch. 72. Regular, regular.
On first down, Drake. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Check, check, check. Fresno.
On 2nd down now, Swift. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I got you. 50.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check 13. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Pilot, 64. Weak. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
They'll try and run for it. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago, that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right, it was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check the backer, check the backer.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score. A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. 72.
They'll try and run it here, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Let's go, B, let's go.
Throwing again here, Wilson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
36 power.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch safety creep. Creeping. Safety's creep. Hey, goal 66. Kill. Check three. Hey, check 24.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
A loss of 12 brings up 3rd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's go on. No, 66. Check nickel. Go bandit.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
In your face.
Hey, high 7. Sugar. 12's the mark. You don't want none. Pick up the ball. Check back 12.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. Going down the middle, and it's complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Boy, just like that, they've got new life.
And the defense still has the advantage, but I know that there's some deflation there. That's why I hurry back to the line of scrimmage and attack them again.
Wide, get wide. Watch the eye. Kill.
They'll run on first down. Swift. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They're going to try and run. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Oh, he fakes the spike, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and unable to connect on the long pass. He actually brings it in, but he was out of bounds, incomplete. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Hey, set. Wait, Eddie. I got it. Tight end left. Alert. 3 down. Check. Back. Check 24. Check safety. Hit.
On first down, Swift. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for the Giants, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale